Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. In today's video we are continuing the Christmas decorating, and I'm starting out in this front room of my home with the most important thing, the tree. I'm adding this tree topper that I picked up from Walmart from the My Texas House line. I love the deep burgundy red color, and I'm just going to be adding in a lot of ornaments that are special to my family. These ornaments are a bit more personal than I've done on my other tree, so it's ornaments from when my kids were young. I didn't do a great job of filming us putting on the ornaments. We got a little carried away going down memory lane, but after all of the ornaments were on the tree, I added in a tree collar. I'm pretty sure that this one is from Kohl's. I've had it for a few years now, and the tree was completely done.
Okay, quick timeout because a package just got here and I am not able to stop my kids from opening. This is from the company Mooncool, today's sponsor. I'm going to show you guys what they sent.
So this is the Mooncool TK1 folding electric trike. It comes 95% assembled, so setup is pretty quick and simple. My teenage daughter was able to figure it out pretty easily, and the trike was ready to go in no time.
Okay, who wants to go for the first ride?
No, text me.
And of course I had to take the first ride. The trike comes with a rechargeable 48 volt 15A lithium battery, a 500 watt high powered motor, and also has rear differential mechanism. One of my favorite parts about the trike is how much storage it has due to the front and rear basket that comes with it. It also has a headlight and brake lights and even turning signals. What makes this electric trike unique is that it folds in on itself in a couple of different ways, so it can take up a lot less space. The Mooncool TK1 folding trike has been so fun for both me and my kids, and if you want to try it, you can use the code Kelsey Romito to get 5% off. I will leave the link down in the description. One of my favorite traditions that I like to do with my kids is this little village in the front room. I love adding new pieces each year and coming up with new ideas. It's just really fun to play around with all the pieces and get it all set up. So this year we are expanding from the top of the dresser over to the top of the piano. So my daughter and I just worked together to add all of the main pieces, and then we're going to go back in and add all of the accessories and decorate everything after.
Okay, we got the villages all set up, and I did connect them to a little outlet thing that I can control with Bluetooth with my phone. So I can just, it's easy to turn them on and off at night when we're going to sleep. But since we moved it over to the piano too, it was looking a little sparse, so we went to the store and we got a few more things for our village, so we're going to add those in too.
So this house is the main new piece that we added this year, that and the little carousel. So I'm just adding that in along with some trees and some other accessories. My kids said that we did not have enough people in our village. It was kind of deserted. So we're adding some more of those and some more accessories like fences and things like that. And the last thing that I decided to add, which I will probably regret, is this fake snow that I picked up at the Dollar Tree. So I'm just sprinkling that all over the white parts just to give it a little glittery shimmer, just to make it look a bit more like snow. And after that was all done, this village was complete. With the main Christmas pieces done, I wanted to add in some decorative accents, so I added this wooden stool that I refinished and this vase from Hobby Lobby, but I wanted the plant to sit up a little bit higher in the vase, so I'm just using a glass from the kitchen to prop up this plant that's also from Hobby Lobby. And to make this a little bit more Christmassy and festive, I used some velvet ribbon to make a bow and just tied that onto the vase just for a pop of red coloring. To the left of the piano here, I am using these large woven bells that I picked up at Ross last year that I added some bows to, and I love the natural texture mixed with the red coloring of the ribbon. I think they look great here next to the piano. And to the right side, I had this Christmas tree from an old Target collection. It was perfect here because it was thin, and I love the warmth that the lights add. And for the sofa, I just added some traditional red and green coloring, blankets and pillows, and that finished off this front room. One of my favorite places to decorate for Christmas is the stairway. I am using this 9-foot cedar garland from the My Texas House collection, but I wanted to make sure that it looked especially thick, and I had a couple of leftover cedar garlands from Hobby Lobby. Now they're only 6 feet, but it's okay because that's going to be the main part here of the stairs, the 6-foot section. And I love the way that doubling up these garlands looks. I did have some lights still on the garlands from last year, so I just turned those on, and then I added these bells from Hobby Lobby that I picked up this year. I love how the bells are different shapes. Just thought it was super interesting. And then I'm using some burgundy velvet ribbon, and I'm tying some large bows onto those bells and letting the tails of the bow hang down. I did the same thing on the opposite side, doubling up on that garland and then adding in those same bells and doing the same style bow as I did on the other side. I wanted to add some interest to all of the greenery, just like I did on my mantle in my living room. So I'm going to be adding in a bunch of red berries.
Some of these are from the Dollar Tree. A lot of these are from Hobby Lobby, and they're just picks, so I am going to be sticking those into all of the greenery. I don't even really have to attach them with wire. They've stayed in place pretty well, and I love the interest that this gives, and it's such a nice festive pop of color to this space. For my entryway area, I'm using this Norfolk pine garland cut down to size that I picked up at Hobby Lobby, and I'm just adding that to the top of this mirror and letting it hang down. And to add some color, I am using some burgundy ribbon that's going to hang down from the bow, and using those same berries that I used on the stairway and using a few of those in this greenery just for some more coloring, and I love the way that this looks. For this entryway table, I had already added these 2 trees that are from an old Target collection that I added some lights to, and then I added in a couple of coffee table books and these metal deer that I picked up this year from Walmart, and just kept it very simple, and that finished off this entryway. For the kitchen, I'm just adding in a few touches because I use my kitchen a good bit, so everything that I do in there has to be functional. So I picked up this gingerbread house from Hobby Lobby, and I'm just adding a little bit of ribbon to that for a pop of color, and I'm using these cookbooks that I already had, leaning those up against the wall. Then I'm going to use this wood riser that I'm going to add the gingerbread house to the top of. But first I'm going to add my hot chocolate K-cups, which is going to make this gingerbread house functional. And then I added that to the top of the riser and put my Keurig right next to it. And for a little bit of greenery, I went in with this green pine tree that I picked up at Home Goods last year. I've already added a couple of Christmassy elements to my kitchen, but this was the last one. For my dining room, I like to keep it extremely simple. I'm just adding these Norfolk pine stems into this vase that I got from Home Goods a while back, and then a few red berry stems. So this wraps up my interior Christmas decorating. I really hope you guys liked it. Let me know down in the comments which was your favorite part, and I will see you guys very soon for another video. Bye!